What's going on, everybody? No Life Wood back here again. And in my past history of covering Anime Last Stand, always there's this one comment that I have about the best tower defense game. In that this game, we all know it's bad, but here's what I play instead. And multiple times it has been brought up, this specific game, Anime World Tower Defense, with the common consensus that this is one of, if not the best one on the platform. So I decided to go ahead and check it out and maybe give a little bit of a review on it. I want to start off with saying I'm predisposed to not liking this game, and the reason for that is the lack of any type of trait reroll system. Now, I know that might sound a little corny to those of you who know what Anime Adventures is and think that my entire personality is wanting another one, but this actually stems back from back in the day when I used to play All-Star Tower Defense. I would grind that game out day in and day out and get all the new units, and I was always left with a sort of dissatisfaction because what I was grinding for was always going to be the same product as everybody else. So when I actually started to get into Anime Adventures, I started to learn and kind of yearn for getting a unit that is in its own way going to be different from everybody else's. I started to like the stat system and the trait system. So when I approach these tower defense games that don't have them, I always kind of look at them as a baby all-star tower defense. But I'm going to put my predispositions aside and see what this game has to offer. So without further ado, let's get into it. As much as I hate to start off negatively, I have to cover this first because they put it at the forefront of the game. It looks bad. Like, graphically, the game just looks really bad. I don't really know when this began, but anime tower defense games have kind of started to shift to this neon techno future aesthetic, and this game takes it to the highest of extremes. And it kind of seems to be the worst offender. It's really hard to describe it. The best way I can say it is it's got this plasticky, almost Borderlands type feel to it. And I want to compare this to something, but I feel like it'd be wrong if I just brought up Anime Adventures at every possible opportunity. So I'll show you what I think might have been one of the best, if not the perfect, example of how to pull off this aesthetic without making it look this clunky. And here we arrive at Honkai Star Rail. I know some of you probably just rolled your eyes after seeing so many advertisements for this game, but as somebody who seriously plays the game, I can tell you with 100% authenticity that this game has some of the better environments I've seen in free-to-play gacha games. Let's take a look at the space station, for example. It's going for the same futuristic vibe that Anime World Tower Defense is after, but there's some key differences. HSR's environmental design is more varied and diverse. Notice the use of multiple colors that complement each other, with varying miscellaneous items scattered around to add depth. They let their environment do the talking, which is why there's not glowing neon signs everywhere trying to hypnotize you into going somewhere. It's almost like the lobby in Anime World Tower Defense was made with the expectation of the player using a teleport system instead, never stopping to slow down or drink in what they're actually seeing. I understand a lack of budget or team, but even Anime Adventures had a clearer and more concise lobby. I wouldn't even be making this big of a deal of it if there wasn't an issue with every design aspect, not just environmental design. Look at the UI here. It's miserable to look at. It's very reminiscent of a child's mobile game. Everything is meant to be bright and colorful and appeal to somebody who doesn't really comprehend what they're seeing, but clicks anyway. However, for everything this game lacks in environmental design, it makes up for it in unit design. Every attack is simple and comprehensive, but it also functions properly. I can clearly dictate when a unit is attacking, and I can feel the impact behind their moves. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's a very nice sense of flow. Things happen very smoothly in this game, unlike other tower defense games where units can jerk and become displaced as they bend around to lock on to whatever unit they're trying to hit. And the actual unit selection in this game is pretty good. If you have a favorite anime character, there's a good chance they're probably in the game, and there's cosmetics and blessings that stand out but aren't too overbearing. Additionally, you can roll skins for a unit, most of which I've seen are well done and actually give you a motivation to grind for them. Additionally, I wouldn't be doing the game justice if I didn't talk about its unit depth. We've got categories of units similar to Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle with leader skills to enhance strategic team building. And on top of that, a pretty in depth tutorial so that I don't have to use a third party website to figure this stuff out. So, listen, while I had some negative things to say about the game, that's for a simple reason. This game isn't for me. However, the game has its complexities and appealing features, and more importantly, I can see that the development team behind it is passionate. Clearly, the talent in the team isn't quite there, and there are some improvements that can be made. But can you see the effort behind it? It's the little things that make this game appealing to people. And therefore, though it's not my type of game, I will say that this is probably better than Anime Last Stand. It has its faults, it has its shortcomings, but if you're willing to look past some of those, I can easily see how this game could truly be great. That's all I wanted to talk about in this video. Some of you recommended this game to me. I played it. It's not for me, but I can easily understand how it may be for some of you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Look forward to more anime content in the future, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Love you. Bye.